And you're back with me. So it has been 6 months since I left America. Almost 6 months since I left America. I didn't know really where I was gonna go, and I only chose to leave about 3 months beforehand. So I got ready, started selling everything, terminating my lease, looking up, didn't even really look up any other countries, but just tried to maybe figure out where I wanted to start. At first it was going to be South America, but it was going to be in the rainy season supposedly. So I ended up choosing Greece. So at the end of July I got to Greece, and it was amazing. The first thing I noticed was the difference in food. So in America, for the last 2 years, I was vegan, right? Working out twice a day, Monday through Friday, and once on Saturday, once on Sunday, at least. And it was harder for me to lose fat. Gaining muscle is still easy. But I got to Greece and I started eating whatever I wanted, anything I wanted. And I lost 10 pounds in 10 days, just like that. So you could tell the chemicals in the food in America versus Europe. I could tell that the food wasn't addictive out there. I didn't feel the need to just keep eating and eating. So that was when I was like, oh no, I'm not going back until the chemicals are out of the food. And at least, yeah, I'm not going back until the chemicals are out of the food, at least. I went in August. Well, most of my time in Greece was in August, and they have a lot of holidays in August, or national holidays, something like that. So a lot of stores were closed. Even though they said they were open on Google, everything, a lot of it was closed. So if you plan on going to Greece, go in June or July. There will be a lot of people and it will be hot. Or go in September. It's still going to be warm. It's still going to be very warm, but probably far less people. I was in Greece for a little over a month. Great destination. I was happy to be there. Not knowing where I was going to go next, I then went to Albania. I went to Durrës first. And this was the first time I really got culture shock. Because Greece had a bunch of tourists, obviously. But Albania, when I first got there in Durrës, well, Tirana, and then drove to Durrës, I noticed there were families everywhere, outside together, pushing the strollers at the park, at the beach. Just 24/7 families were together. You do not see that in America anymore, let alone the mother and the father of the parent being together. So that was nice to see and kind of mind-blowing to see. I can't even put emphasis on how much family means to them and how much it should mean to everyone. Another thing is how clean their streets were, especially since it's a beach town, but their streets were clean, and I only saw like 2 people ever cleaning up the sidewalks and stuff like that. So they obviously care about their country, to not be littering all the time or to actually use the garbage. So I stayed in Durrës for a couple of days, enjoyed it, went to the beach, met some cool German friends, met some homies from the UK, and even some from Africa. But after Durrës, I went to Tirana. Tirana is the capital of Albania, and I did not have great experiences there. Like just casual stuff, asking for this from a worker at a market. I was just having terrible experiences, and I'm a very positive person. I don't call the race card. So I never expect anyone to look at me some weird type of way. But one of the UK homie that I met in Durrës ended up coming to Tirana, and I ran into him, and he was with a local. So I was telling them, I'm like, yo, I don't know what's going on with these experiences I'm having with the people here, with Albanians, but it's been super negative. And I'm not the type to be boisterous and cause a commotion. So it's just been casual, slight disrespect or little things like that. And then the Albanian, the local, was like, oh, you didn't know? They're really racist here. And I was like, nah, I didn't know. I didn't really look up anything. He was like, yeah, man. Which it kind of checked out. I think it's more, I don't know what it was, but just me as a black man, I didn't have the best experience in Tirana. Durrës was still cool. But it's not like I would never go back again. And it's not like I would say, if you're black, don't go. Definitely go. Go explore, go see things you haven't seen. Go to the pyramid in Tirana. I don't know what it's actually called, like Center Pyramid in Tirana. That was pretty interesting, especially during sunset. But yeah, not the best experience there. So I was like, let's get out of here. I'm in the hostel, and I'm wondering where to go next. And there's 2 Americans and a dude from the UK in my room. So I'm talking to them, they're giving me recommendations, and one of them was Budva, Montenegro. Never heard of it. They were like, it's this beach town, there's like a little castle there that has a bunch of bars and blah 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 blah. I'm like, man, I'm just ready to get out of Tirana. I might as well. So I get out. I was like, oh, let's go. I get out there, and it is beautiful. Like, you have to go up through a bunch of mountains, and then once you get over those mountains and get to the other side near the water, beautiful, like breathtaking. It's something you'll see on a travel vlog. But I ended up staying there for 5 days, and it was awesome. I met so many people, so many cool people that I also ended up seeing in other places down the road. But they had this island called Hawaii that only took like €6 to get to and fro. And there was cliff jumping, good food, drinks, not very expensive, so that was cool. I think I went there like 2 or 3 times. Half the time, or one of the times, I just slept on the beach the whole time. The nightlife was pretty fun. It was actually really fun, especially the castle being right there, and like you meet a cool group of people, just go jump into the water. So Budva, Montenegro, I would definitely recommend going to that. But one thing I will say is that the hostel I stayed at was at the top of a hill. It was only like 0.7 away from the beach, 0.7 miles, but my days, that walk would leave me dripping sweating when I got up there. And they didn't have, I don't think they had Grab there. So it's literally, you gotta, wait, did they? No, they didn't have Grab there, so I had to literally walk or use a line that the hostel gave me for a taxi, and sometimes those taxis weren't running. So pay the extra buck if you don't feel like making that walk. But staying up there had the most beautiful views, because you're looking over everything on top of that hostel. And it was a cool hostel. Met cool people there. We had bonfires there. They had a little workout station. Very valid. Now this is where the travels get a little wonky. First of all, I don't really have a plan on where I was gonna go anyway. But I told my boys like last year, because they're in Germany right now, and we wanted to go to Oktoberfest. So I'm like, yeah, I'm down for it, but bro, we're gonna have to get our accommodation a couple months in advance at least. They're like, yeah, I know. So I hit them up again, like, yo, we need to get this accommodation now. Nothing came from it. So I'm like, all right, let me just keep making my way up north in case they find something. Who knows? So after Montenegro, I'm like, let me go to Budapest. I don't even know why I went to Budapest. Maybe I just looked at a map and I saw the word Budapest, the city Budapest, and I was like, I've heard of that before. Let's go check it out. But I ended up loving Hungary. By the way I traveled through all these places was, let me check for you. Flixbus. That's how I booked all my bus tickets. They have train tickets, boat tickets, all the things. So yeah, on my way to Hungary, I think it was like a 12-hour bus ride. I could be wrong, but nevertheless, got up there and it was very interesting. It caught my eye in more ways than one. Not too many people were working out in any of the places I've been at so far, but in Budapest I worked out a lot. Like I would go run by the river. There was little workout spots there, and that was great. Very calm lifestyle. And then I ran into locals and I met some artists, a couple music artists, and then a painter. And it felt really good to connect with the people from Hungary. They were really cool and really were excited to share their culture with me. Even though it's not like the olden culture of Hungary, it's like how their culture is now, the art that's coming up now, what they like to do, some of their cool spots. So I really like Budapest, and it was honestly somewhere where I'm like, maybe I could live here in the future, if America doesn't get their damn food right, amongst many other things. But then coming up on the end of my time in Hungary, I'm talking to the boys like, oh, we really gotta get this accommodation if we want to go to Oktoberfest. And then they're like, oh yeah, let's get it. We look at the prices, ain't no way. I'll tell you this, the lowest price we found was $50 a night for a tent in a like rows of hundreds of tents. $50 a night. No security? Nah. I'm not leaving all my shit. Nah, that just was not gonna happen. And then all the rest were like a little bit far and still so pricey. We were like, nah, we could link up another time. So I'm like, do I even want to stay in Europe? I've been traveling through here for a bit. Maybe I should head out. After that, I'm brain searching, like, where do I go? You know what? Let's get out of the EU. Oh yeah, I had to think about the Schengen zone as well. So I'm like, let's get out the EU. And I head over to Thailand. This is, I think, October now. Yeah, because I didn't go to Oktoberfest. So this is October now. I get over to Thailand. Complete change. Weed is legal there. Not in any other countries I was just in. And I'd say it's very westernized. I'd say one thing I had to get used to was just every single tuk-tuk driver ask me if I need a ride. No, I'm good, thanks, bro. I'm off it. And I went to Bangkok first. Big party place in Bangkok. But I really didn't go out. I went out like twice. Obviously I had to go to Khao San Road for the one time, but I caught the flu the day after. So I was sick for like a whole week, which sucked. And then I spent one more week in Bangkok and went to Pattaya. Pattaya was low-key for me, because I didn't go out at night really. So it was just really me being with myself in Pattaya, as in reading and working out every day, just focusing on myself. And then my boy hit me up, Jason from Colorado. We met literally once during a volleyball tournament last year. We won the tournament, big dogs. Then he was like, oh, I just got done with some work in Dubai. I'm coming to South Thailand. I saw you were there. Want to link up? I was like, shit, I'm down. Go island hopping. So I fly down to Phuket. We spent one night in Phuket and we're like, bro, this is not it. So we immediately left, went to PP Islands and Krabi, and such a good time. Such a good time. So many great memories made. Beautiful islands, beautiful clear waters. A lot of time on the boat. He went snorkeling a bit. No, not even snorkeling. He went scuba. I did a little snorkeling. Obviously, y'all saw that I fought at PP Island, a reggae bar. Lost, but it's okay. I'm not a boxer. Real fight, I'll take the dub. But what else? Oh yeah, I influenced him to do the fire jump rope. Nothing crazy, but he did it. What else? Oh yeah, some people we met in Phuket we also saw on the PP Island, and then people that we saw in Phuket on one night we were there, we also saw them Krabi. So we had fun there. We stayed at Base X Hostel, and it's huge party hostel there. It's actually really nice. But it was constant, like, we're doing this tonight, we're doing this tonight, we're doing this tonight, blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah bro, cool, I'm not. But I don't know, I got a lot of my partying out of me at a young age, so I don't go out at night too much anymore. But if that's the content y'all want, shit, let me know. So after South Thailand and island hopping, I went back up to Bangkok, and then I think I caught a flight. Yeah, I caught a flight from there to Cambodia, which that's where I currently am. So came to Phnom Penh, and then, no, actually I flew into Siem Reap. And I was in Siem Reap for 2 weeks, to Phnom Penh for 2 weeks, and then I heard about a volunteering job to teach English to impoverished children in Siem Reap, so I went back and I taught there for a month. That was amazing. And then after that I came back to Phnom Penh, and I've been here for almost a month so far. And in 3 days I leave to go to Vietnam. So now that you know the whole route that I've been on, it's currently January 20th right now. Now that you know the route I've been on, I'll talk to you about maybe some of the pros and the cons. So pros, especially when it comes to all of that, like Balkan Europe, is family, tradition, and a lack of confusion. People know what men and women are. Like, women are far more traditional. Men are far more masculine. People are more straightforward. So they voice what they want. They're not afraid to tell you no. And I really like that about the Balkans. The deep history that they still have there, not tearing everything down and building it back up, and just making something new and better. So I really like that about Europe, just the 4 countries that I was there. The people in Hungary especially were just amazing. Loved it there, and they had a lot of foreigners for university there, so that was cool too. It wasn't, just Hungarians the entire time. You know, outside of the tourist and hostile world people, there was a lot of foreigners there just at university. So that was interesting. I went to a lot of coffee shops and met them. What else? Oh yeah, the prices of groceries. The prices of groceries were dirt cheap. I got chicken, fruit, vegetables, lotion, eggs. I know I said groceries, the lotion, but whatever, I got that too this day. So, lotion, soap, deodorant, all this stuff, and it was like 23 to 26 euros. I was able to eat for like 4 days off of 26 euros, including miscellaneous stuff I bought. So that blew my mind, and that's where Hungary almost caught me too. I was like paying for like $100 in groceries a month, $150 in groceries a month. Compared to America, I was spending over $1,000 being vegan, eating only twice a day. Super clean too, not wasting my money on like fast food, because I would cook like practically every meal I had. Maybe I would go out to eat once a week. So buying groceries in every European country I went to, phenomenal. Pros when it came to Asia so far, so Thailand and Cambodia. The food and transportation is so cheap. Even the stays are very cheap. Thailand is more expensive. Cambodia is very, very, very inexpensive. But even so, I don't think I cooked not one meal since I've been here, and I'm still not spending a lot on groceries. So I'll have an entire meal. I'll get like chicken loklak, or let's say just chicken fried rice with some fruit, fresh apple juice, which that is literally like the same price as a meal. But all that, and it'll be like $7, $6. But you can go even cheaper. You can just get street food, and you'll get chicken fried rice, chicken fried noodles with chicken, all that for $1.50. Come on now, crazy work, cooked right in front of you. And then yeah, transportation. The people are just far more respectful here in Asia. Not just automatically hostile or people looking for trouble, really. I'm sure you'll find it in some places, but I walk around a lot and I go to many places, and I have not encountered that or any type of trouble so far. To note, even in Albania, I had no trouble. Like, I didn't feel like my life was threatened, even though I had many negative experiences there. And then cons. Oh wait, one more pro. Another pro is that like ride sharing, so Bolt, Grab, well, they use Grab over here in Asia mostly, but so cheap. Like, I'm at, what is this place called? Tree Lion Park. It was a couple miles away, over a bridge and all that, and I paid $1.65 to get here by Grab. It was like a 20-25 minute drive. So super cheap when it comes to travel. Can't say it any less. In Europe, I was using Bolt mostly, and some places they had Uber, like Greece they had Uber. That was way cheaper. So Uber, Bolt, Grab, everything is going to be cheaper overseas. There was one other thing. Can't remember. No, I gotta remember. Okay. Oh, okay. So I told you I used Flixbus when I was in Europe. In Asia, Southeast Asia, you use 1-2-Go, and that's how you find your ferries, your bus tickets, sleeper bus tickets, all that. 1-2-Go, Asia. That's what I was trying to remember. Now, on to the cons. Remember that this is coming from an American. So I would say the lack of accessibility to certain things, like not being able to get things when you want them. Like sometimes you gotta wait, especially in Southeast Asia. You know, they take their time. Remember, in America, you know, people are working for tips. And most places in Europe and Asia, they're not working for tips, they're just working. So they don't have that extra incentive to work as hard as possible to get more money, because they're gonna get what they get. It's really not a big deal. It helps you to slow down and stay in the present and really, you know, focus on the things around you, your surroundings. So not a con in my book, but someone coming from America, they might not like waiting so long. A con, personal con, is that the fresh juice is so expensive. It's literally as much as a meal at most places. Like $3, $4 for a fresh thing of juice, whatever. So that's my personal con. Thailand is very advanced, but when it comes to Cambodia, you're not, if you have big feet, like anything for over 45 or over in European sizes, I think that would, anything over like a 10 in men's, you get, I don't know if you're gonna find any shoes. Like I have not been able to find any shoes for me here. So I'm gonna wait until I get to Vietnam, because it's a little more advanced, and I know for a fact they have shoe stores with bigger sizes. I really don't have much cons. The only cons I had were for Albania, the lack of shoe size, the expensive fruit. And that's about it. I enjoyed all the countries I've been to, really. I think my favorite so far, my best time would have been in Budva, Montenegro. That's where I had the most fun. Stayed there for like 5 days. But the one I felt most at home, where I was like I could stay here, is probably Budapest. Had a great nightlife where it's not just douche, but you could still go out, have a good time, and meet people and talk to people. So that was amazing. It's an everyday thing. Greece as well. There's something to do every single night out and about. Okay, I guess I'll just end it off on rent. Let's say you're renting an Airbnb or something for a month. Super cheap. Super cheap. In all the countries I've been in so far. The cheapest has definitely been Cambodia. I'm in a 1-bedroom with a balcony. Beautiful spot, 7th floor. I can see over a bunch of stuff. Nice scenery. And that was like $560 for the month. Ridiculous. Right in the middle of Phnom Penh. So their biggest city. I'm pretty sure it's their capital. Thailand was also damn cheap. I got a month in Pattaya, and it was like 6 something, low 7s. Ridiculous. It was so cheap, and it was a 1-bedroom with a balcony on a high floor as well, and it had a gym, it had a swimming pool, it had like a little shop down there, so if you didn't want to go far, you didn't have to. So that was awesome. If you're looking to stay in one of these places long term and kind of have a community, Cambodia is pretty great in Phnom Penh. I met a lot of French people here, a lot of run clubs. A lot of them speak good English. Thailand, I'm not so sure. I just hung out with like a few locals, not a crazy amount. And then in Pattaya, I stuck to myself. And then obviously, when I was in the islands, I was with Jason. Hungary, yeah, Hungary, the locals are dope. I think you'd love it. Great art scenes. I would definitely recommend going there. Greece probably seems superficial. Like if you're a tourist, you're a tourist. Same with Albania, same with Montenegro. But Montenegro is just like super chill. Whatever you're here. But keep in mind, I was only there for 5 days in a beach town, so I don't know what their main city is like. So if I had to recommend any places to be at if you're gonna stay there for like a month or longer, it would be Hungary, Budapest specifically, and Phnom Penh, Cambodia. And I also say Phnom Penh because it's easy to travel to different places. Like you can go to Koh Rong and go hang out on the islands and do what you want. So the camera overheated on me. But Koh Rong is definitely a spot to go to. And then you got Laos right there, Thailand, Malaysia, Vietnam, and what? Philippines and Indonesia is a throwaway. Like it's cheap to get there. So it's definitely a good place to be at, to chill, save money, and also explore different countries if you'd like. But yeah, we got a lot more traveling to come. I'm sure these next couple videos are gonna be great because I'm going to North Vietnam and I just bought a tent and all my camping gear, so I'm gonna be out in nature like I should be. I'm missing the cold very bad. I would be snowboarding in Colorado right now if I didn't leave, but I'm out of there. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will get more content to you. Thank you. Peace.